Next in Harbor District. Oh, looks like there's some stuff happening down there. Let me check here. This red-headed man in a gaudy suit tried my noodles just now. Then the little punk said he wanted the secret recipe for my broth, so he jumped right into the back of the cart. Had to smack him with my soup ladle to get him to leave. The nerve of that guy. A red-headed man in a gaudy suit? Sounds like someone we know. Acts like him too, apparently. Do you know where he went, by any chance? Well, he said he was going to find some dessert and then made his way to the entertainment district. It's probably Lecter. Thanks for telling us. What else? What else? What else? What's this? Oh, it's Nikolai. I want to talk to the girl behind him. And she doesn't have much to say. I saw an Eastern woman walking towards East Street earlier. She had long, flowing black hair and was rocking a snazzy white pantsuit. A real looker, if you ask me. Well, that's definitely Kilika. Do you happen to know which way she went? Towards East Street, I think. I guess maybe I need to talk to people in order. I'm not gonna read Mishishi dialogue. Oh yeah, it is in order. There was a beautiful Eastern woman shopping here just moments ago. Those cold almond-shaped eyes of hers really pierced me to my core. Do you know which way she went? Sure, after making some purchases, she went off towards Central Square. Yeah, we should look into it. Next up, okay, so I guess there's order, so there's an order to shoot, so I should probably follow this, follow the order in the walkthrough instead of just talking to people that seem interesting at the time. Okay, after the Harbor District, I'm gonna tell her to actually go to the IBC and check some stuff. Oh, it's locked, cool. That means we don't need to actually come here. Oh, the president of Calvard is over here. Interesting. Okay, just zooming. Oh, actually, anyone in Crossbow News Service? Oh, Noticia. Okay. Noticia from Liberal. Anything else missing? Okay. Next up, let me try Station Street. We're not going to talk to anyone around there because they might just get us started on a quest, but... Interesting hair. I guess just nameless tourist. That looks like a unique model, but I guess it isn't. Here, this is all I want. A magazine entitled Car Star Special Edition. There's a missable. That guy starts a quest and you can tell that it's someone in disguise. Someone we've seen and know. Anyway, next up, we should go to the entertainment district, right? That's where they said that red-haired man was. Some cheery red-haired gentleman asked me to make him a cone with 10 scoops of ice cream. Talk about a tall order, am I right? The guy managed to finish the entire thing in one go too. He was a zany one, alright. Definitely not what you'd expect from someone dressed like some fancy-pants noble. That sounds like Lecter. Do you happen to know which way he went? Sure do. Poor fella got a massive bout of brain freeze and plodded over towards the residential district, clenching his head all the way. Alright, let's tail him. Lecter, are you okay? Ah, there it is. I guess there really are different species of fish here now. Man, I'm seriously kicking myself for not bringing my fishing rod. What are you doing here, Lecter? Hey, look at that. I managed to reel in a nice catch anyway. No hook needed. 5 big ones with 4 limbs each. Pretty good haul, I'd say. What? Playboy here's trying to say we took the bait. Hook, line, and sinker. Bullseye. See, this guy gets me. I'm not in the mood for this today. We can't let him steer the conversation. As much as I'd like to talk about fishing, I believe I asked you a question, Lecter. What do you think you're doing here? You're a part of the reason why the Red Constellations come to Crossbow. Someone sure isn't beating around the bush today, huh? Getting straight to the point is the best way of dealing with a slippery snake like yourself. Takes one to know one, but alright, I'll see how it is. Use your eyes. Can't you see I came here to take it easy? As awesome as I am, being that old man's guard dog does get pretty exhausting. You mean the Chancellor? Are you really one of his closest confidants? Heh, search me. I don't remember that word ever leaving my mouth. Anyway, break time's almost over. It's about time I head back to the old man. See you later, guys. Tell all your CPD buddies I said hi, okay? What? And he runs away. He totally dodged the question. Guy's too smooth for his own good. And alas, that's all we get from him. Next up, in Central Square, I don't want to talk to Imelda. Oh wait, wrong place. Isn't this interesting? People on the Orbital Net just can't stop chattering and chattering about Orcus Tower. I can't believe that she's actually looking in the internet. I can't wait to see how many tourists it's going to bring to town. A little economic boost is never a bad thing. I guess she's keeping with the latest trends. Good for her. I should try to get my hands on a piece of real estate with an excellent view of the tower while I still can. Yeah. I forgot I was doing a goblin voice for her. Hasn't this girl been here from the previous game? She's been here for years now. But we're here to talk with Kilika. Oh, do you look who it is? Long time no see, Kilika. Oh, now isn't this a surprise? Good day, everyone. Fancy seeing you here. It's no accident we crossed paths, actually. Our investigation is what led us to you. We haven't spoken since the Schwarz auction, but I'm sure things have been busy for you, as Division Chief of the Rocksmith Agency, that is. Ah, yes. Last time we met, it was under different circumstances. Allow me to reintroduce myself, then. Kilika Roran. Aide to the... I don't know how to pronounce that. Roran? Sorry. Aide to the President of the Calvard Republic, at your service. I have other responsibilities and titles, of course, but they're nothing worth mentioning. Would that include being an entertainment producer, like you mentioned before? It would. Quite legit. I thought that was the cover. Quite legitimately, in fact. It's just one of the many hats I don. The producer hat comes on. Comes off. Intelligence Agency Division Commander comes on. There is, for that matter, a production company office back in the Republic as well. I see. In other words, there are no holes to poke in your story. She's a woman with a mask for every situation. Like any self-respecting spy, she knows how to use them. Hey, I like me a little Mystique. What I wouldn't give to roleplay with her just for one night. That's one of those comments best kept to yourself, Randy. I feel like I should add. I should actually just add, if you know what I mean, to every line read from Randy. I do. Speaking of which, what kind of business does a presidential aide like yourself have at a place like this? I could have sworn President Rocksmith was touring the IBC for the day. And he is. And as it just so happens, the president sent me out on this little errand. I've been shopping undercover for him, but I decided to take a break for a nice casual lunch. An errand? What for? Why, this. Kilika took out a pinwheel and blew on it. A pinwheel? Astol caught his eye when he passed by in our limousine. According to him, having one on hand would help him relax before the conference starts in earnest tomorrow. He also requested that I procure some fruits to go with his dinner tonight. Oh, that's very ordinary. Guess you really are running errands. You may speculate as much as you wish. Now then, I've finished my meal, so I'll have to ask that you excuse me. I wish you luck with your security efforts during the conference. Yes, good luck to you as well. Lecter and Kilika, 2 foreign spies. One for Erebonia, the other for Calvard, both operating within Crossbow City at the same time. What do the rest of you think? It's definitely suspicious. Should we keep tabs on them, maybe? That sounds easier said than done. I get the impression they both knew we were coming. In that case, we're probably better off handing this over to Dudley in the 1st Division. They might be able to figure something out after cross-checking with their own intel. Yeah, good point. Cool, let's swing by the department and hit him up then. Okay, I'm just checking here, and I believe if you actually go with this event, if you go talk to Dudley, you get some extra DP and bonding points. You get Dudley bonding points and some extra DP, so we gotta do it. He'll actually just ask us to go find them, but we already did that for him, so... Oh no, I got a question. You were all part of the security for the unveiling ceremony, right? How'd it go? Was it a lot of fun? It was, actually. Especially getting to see Princess Claudia of Liberal and Senior Captain Schwartz up close. You saw Schwartz? You saw Julia Schwartz up close? Oh man, I'm so jealous, Noe. I'm sorry, Fran. I'll do something to make it up to you, I promise. I guess we can jot Fran down as another fan club member. Damn, what the hell? That lady's practically making men obsolete. We can actually hand over some data fragments. I don't think I want to read this right now. Page 3 of Information Terminal 1 on our order. Did I only find one? I guess so. 1, 2. Deluded by the flattery of pompous fools and accepted their invented, self-centered cult with open arms. The foolish Septian Church and their symbol, that goddess of the sky. The Dark Ages met its demise, and this faith spread throughout the continent. Let us consider, if said goddess truly existed, can we not assume that she would bestow equal salvation upon all of us? However, disparity yet exists, and people continue to perish in disasters and misfortunes. Does that mean said goddess discriminates upon whom she shall bestow salvation? This thought alone is too ludicrous for words. And the rest is just nonsense. We can also show our combat notebook. Just skip through that dialogue. We don't really need to read it every time. Money and U material. Cool. Let's go find Dudley. And just say beforehand. He will ask you a question and you have to answer correctly. So don't mess up. Special support section. Did you need something? In a way, yes. We have a report to make to the 1st Division. Lloyd informed the detectives that the SSS had encountered Kilika and Lecter in the city. I see. So key figures from both the Imperial Intelligence Division and the Rocksmith Agency are in the city. This may be cause for concern, Detective Dudley. Would you mind if I ask what you make of it? How should we interpret 2 major spies from the major powers appearing on the eve of the trade conference? It certainly seems to be more than mere happenstance, especially when they claim they're just running errands or having a breather. You can understand why we would be skeptical of that. Mind games, they clearly have their reasons for being here. But if anyone should be able to suss them out, it's the SSS. You are the ones who spoke with them directly. You might be onto something there. So, Bindings, allow me to ask a question of my own this time. Why do you suspect they've appeared in the city? Surely you've ascertained something based on your conversations, or the locations they visited. Tell me what you have, even if it's nothing more than conjecture. Well, if you insist. Why were Lecter and Kilika in the city today? Options: a security for the dignitaries, for rest and relaxation, or to hold a private meeting. The correct answer, to get yourself some extra points, is to hold a private meeting. It's possible they were looking for an opportunity to arrange a private meeting. A private meeting. It also goes with what we were told by what's her name? Grace in the Long Lao restaurant. What makes you think that, Bennings? Our first eyewitness reports on each of them both came from the Harbor District. Granted, this was before we started pursuing one or the other, but it's hard to shrug it off as coincidence. That's a good point. Thinking back, President Rocksmith has had a tour of the IBC plant since yesterday. That would provide a convenient opportunity to meet in secret at the Harbor District. Not to mention, they could use the Mishi event going on at the park right now as a diversion. And it would all take place while both were undercover, with Arundel taking it easy and Roran shopping for President Rocksmith. It certainly is possible. Okay, it's a nice theory, but what would those two even have to chat about? Shouldn't the Empire and the Republic be on opposite sides? It's not entirely out of the question. The cult incident led to the ousting of longtime Diet members from the Imperial and Republican factions, diminishing the major power's sway over Crossbell. And now with our new mayor and speaker on good terms, the state government has gradually become more influential on an international level. We're actually a player now instead of a puppet. Erebonia and Calvard can be pleased with that. It's doubtful that they would allow it to continue. I hadn't thought that far ahead. Makes sense, if there's one common interest between the major powers, it's keeping the little guy down. While we have no means of confirming as much, it appears all but certain that something is brewing behind the scenes. That's all we can say for now. The 1st Division will keep tabs on Lector Arundel and Kilika Roran. Thank you for your report, SSS. Glad to be of help. I truly hope that tomorrow's conference ends peacefully. As do I. Reading is hard, but as members of the Force, all we can do for the moment is our sworn duty. If anything else happens, come and report it to me directly. Thanks, Dudley. We'll remember that. How's it going? Have you been keeping abreast of fighting game news? Looks like we might be seeing some Street Fighter 6 soon. And I think Batman comes out tomorrow for Strive, if that's something you're interested in. Actually, let me check real quick. What quests have we done? Okay, we had to talk to the Bond family. These two bracers were in Armorica Village, and this is in the Crossbow Station. Let's just ignore that for a while and drive around. Not even drive around, actually. Our first target is in the monastery, right by the city. Not this one. It's the random person that I decided to talk to. Oh, there's Marble. I guess everyone's talking about the unveiling ceremony of the tower that we saw on the last stream. The little ones are besides themselves with excitement. Pardon me, Sister Juju. Okay, that's a nice name. I'll be teaching Sunday school in Mainz tomorrow, or Mines. And I wanted to ask about a troubling story I heard. Apparently, some sort of bizarre incident occurred alongside the mountain path earlier this year. Now that you mention it, I do recall something strange happening in the area. There were wolves, and mafia members, and ghosts. I believe there were eyewitness reports of spectral monsters appearing in the old ruins near the village. Is there anything more you can tell me? I suppose so, though I don't know all the details myself. I mean, I'm alright. I just started the stream a bit late because I was tired from work. Oh, hello everyone. I wasn't expecting to see you here. Excuse us, we don't mean to interrupt you while you were paying your respects. This is the person we wanted to talk to, but I don't quite remember who she is. Oh, it's... Right, it's Noah's mom. Yeah, I hope things go well for you, May. hope you can still have some fun with games. Have things been alright with Viva and Mr. Fragger? Was it Mr. Fragger? Was that his username? I forget. It's been a minute since I've seen him on the stream. Nothing could have prepared us. That was a long time ago, though. Nothing worth crying over now. I suppose you could consider it a reminder to value your lives today. Never forget the people who would mourn for you if you left them behind. Don't worry, Mom, we won't. I guess this is the kind of topic we veer into when we go to the cemetery. Okay, next up, where were we supposed to go? Places which might have something interesting around here would be maybe the main mining town, St. Ursula. I think we should go to St. Ursula. I think that's where the walkthrough actually tells me to go next. Did we have an Akiha game where I just lost every time? I don't remember. I must have blotted it out of my memory. If I don't remember, it's like it never happened, right? Let's just try to see if we can find Juna. Oh, hey, brothers. How are you doing? There was, is Juna around? She's not around. Damn. Where I put the car? You say you wanted the run back? I mean, I'll still take it. I'll still take the run back. There was a couple of months where we played Strive, and I feel like every player I found was just an Agiha player. There were so many of them. I've tried the character a little bit, but I just can't... I can't gel with her moveset very well. I just... it's a bit strange to me. Yeah, I think it was Naito that I kept running into. It's like there were times when I could steal some rounds, but a lot of times it was just kind of a nightmare. Oh, what's this? An actual event? Oh, is that the SSS? Well now, isn't this a surprise? Prince Albert. Everyone freaks out. Prince Albert and Arios. I wasn't expecting to see all of you here. I don't know why I read it like that. Your Lordship, this is the special support section that I mentioned earlier. Yes, I gathered as much. It's a pleasure to meet you, ladies and gentlemen of the SSS. My name is Albert von Bartholomeus, though you may know me better as head of state of the Principality of Remiferia. I understand that all of you have been working hard for the sake of Crossbow's future. It's a pleasure to meet you, your lordship. Haha, I had been hoping... I don't know why. I have been hoping to have this opportunity, actually. Arios has told me quite a bit about your division. There's even a familiar face among you. It's been quite some time, Miss McDowell. Indeed it has. I'm glad to see you're doing well, your lordship. Though I certainly didn't expect to see you here today. Are you perhaps performing an inspection of the hospital? Yes, indeed. Remiferia is one of St. Ursula's sponsors, you see. I also wanted the honor of meeting the lovely daughter Arios is always telling me about. Please, your lordship, the honor is mine. And I was asked to be his escort, though personally I'd rather he traveled with a few more guards. While he prefers to be accompanied by no more than myself and a chauffeur. I forget how to even pronounce that. Chauffeur? A driver is beyond me. Haha, my confidence in you is just that high, Arios, my friend. Not to mention, a security detail would have only served to interfere with the hospital's normal proceedings. His lordship seems pretty popular. Not only does Arios know him, but Ellie too. You're right, from the sound of it, he and Dr. Sealand are also acquainted. Who would have thought the Grand Prince of Ramifria was such a social butterfly? At any rate, know that you have my full support as well, SSS. Keep up the good work. We will, and thank you for saying so. Be careful on your way back to the State Guest House, your lordship. We'll do what we can to make your stay here a safe one during the conference. Glad to hear it. In return, I'll do my best not to disappoint in the main session. Hisakiha is really good. Though I don't think he's quite at the level of some of the players. Like, there are some players that I go online and I'm just immediately like, okay, I'm just gonna lose this round. Let's see if I can make anything happen. With Naito, I feel like I can at least win some of them. When I run into people like, let's say, Low or Ori, I'm just like, okay, I'm just fucked. I'm not gonna win this one. Let's just play it out, but I have no hope. No hope at all. With the Naito, I have some hope. A little bit. It's like there are some players that just give me that feeling when I go online. I don't know if you feel the same way. Though I feel like I haven't seen Low in ranked, at least in a good long while. It might just be the times when we play. Okay, I think we saw everything in the hospital actually, which means we can start doing quests. I don't believe there's anything in mains, so let's just Actually, there's one last thing. Can we find Cecile around? Maybe not. I think this is her room. Maybe in the hospital somewhere. They take pity on you, the God EX rank players. I mean, you're not bad at the game. I feel like you could push up to A+ on S if you wanted to, if you put the time in. I can't find my nurse. I can't find my favorite nurse. Where's Cecilia? Or is this... Oh my god, I completely forgot her actual name. Oh. Why are you looking at me like that? You mean you're not? Okay, let's go back to the city. We have some side quests to do. Don't look at me like that. Oh, I also just noticed that the chat stayed. I thought I changed it so that it wasn't the same one as the one I used in my other overlay. But I guess it didn't work. Weird. Give me a second. I'm just noticing it now. Twitch chat, why are you doing this? Always show messages. Okay, that should fix it. And I feel like it's nice to have it always show up if there's like a portion of the screen dedicated to it. But when I have the full screen, I'd rather it didn't cover a whole slice of it. Okay, so first side quest of this day should be the musician manhunt. Discuss in person at the Crosswell station with this suspicious person that looks like someone in one of the huge cutscenes. Are you? Yes, I like nurses. There's the confirmation. Hey Lloyd, this guy's giving me some real intense vibes. I like it when they're not like in horror games, and when they're not holding needles. We're with the special support section. I've been waiting for you. Thank you for coming. I am a person with a portrait. This man hates Silent Hill. Those nurses are scary. Even though they're wearing the right outfit. My name is Mueller. I think that's how you pronounce it. I work as a talent manager for Arbonia's music industry. You're lying. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. A talent manager? He doesn't look the part at all. If anything, he feels more like a bodyguard. I get the sense that I've seen him somewhere before. Is something wrong? No, not at all. If it's alright with you, would you mind giving us the specifics of your request? You mentioned something about a missing musician, if I recall. I take it that means you're their manager? That's correct. We traveled to Crossbell as part of his concert tour. However, the moment I took my eyes off of him, he went missing. That puts me in a tight spot. I have little to go on in a city I'm not familiar with. I could see that posing some difficulty. Crossbell City is larger than most. Yes, though I'm sure that won't be the only hurdle to contend with. In any case, could I ask you all to begin the search immediately? Let's find that musician. Of course, we're here to help. Could you give us some more details about this musician we're looking for? Gladly. My client goes by the name of Olivier Lenheim. He's a blonde man in his 20s, often clad in a white coat and sporting a lute. A lute? Wouldn't that make him stand out like a sore thumb? How hard could it be to find this guy? If only things were so simple, a mere search and retrieval mission wouldn't be an issue ordinarily. But you see, Olivier's personality is a bit, shall we say, problematic. He has an incurable need to stick his nose in other people's business, only to cause more trouble in the process. To be frank, he's a nuisance, a fool, and a real pain in my... excuse me. I see. Ideally, I'd like you to find him right away, so as to keep his tour schedule intact, but I know better than to get my hopes up. You'll be doing me a favor... You'll be doing me enough of a favor if you could simply grab him before he gets himself into any incidents. You're starting to sound less like his manager and more like his babysitter. Either way, it explains exactly what kind of person we should be on the lookout for. Do you have any idea what sort of areas might pique his interest? Well, if I had to say, Olivier has a tendency to be drawn to bustling crowds or places of ill repute, and we've already seen him as well. He also fancies himself a gourmet, so he might have slipped away to some sort of eating establishment. Basically, if it's any place someone could stir up trouble, you can bet it's on his radar. The Downtown District, Back Alley, and Entertainment District are the first places that come to mind in that case. I'd say you're on the right track here, but I've already come to the Entertainment District, as it so happens. You'll be better off excluding it from your search. He undoubtedly knows I'm looking for him, so he's probably avoiding the most obvious spots. That complicates things, but if he's drawn to large crowds, then the Harbor District may also be worth checking out. I believe Mishi is scheduled to make an appearance there today. I see, it sounds to me like you have a good list of possible destinations. My apologies, I wish I had more concrete information to offer you. Don't worry about it, this is plenty. If there's nothing else we need to know, we'll get started right away. Best of luck, I'm counting on you. And if you refuse to cooperate, don't be afraid to use force. In fact, I invited. A good slap upside the head should do. Just bring him dead or alive. Musician Manhunt. Slap him in the bum. Let's try Downtown District first. Wow. Damn, that's some nice censoring on my part. It reads, oh, you've got to be shitting me. Bitch and moan some more, why don't ya? Those voices. Lloyd, look! The hell's wrong with you, Slash? Use your freaking head for once. What are you gonna do if Walt drinks himself to death? Because the way things are going, he's already halfway there. I told you, that's why I'm weighing our options to keep that from happening. It's not my fault nothing's come to mind yet. Get off my damn case. Oh yeah? What about your shit for brains idea to take him sightseeing on top of the tower? That'll cheer him up for sure. What do you think he is, a 7-year-old? If he was, he sure as hell wouldn't be in this hole in the first place. Seriously, has anyone ever told you how much of a grade A dumbass you are? Let me just take out my nail bat. Bastard, you want to start giving out scores, huh? Then if I'm a grade A dumbass, you're a grade triple S. You haven't even come up with one idea. Just take out the shank. Oh yeah? You want to go? Knock it off, you two. I'll kill you! We're in a Yakuza game all of a sudden. Speaking of triple S dumbasses, where do you get off pulling weapons on each other? You're supposed to be comrades. Stay out of this, Carrot Top. It ain't none of your goddamn business. This is all Wazi's fault anyway. You're the one who turned your back on the downtown district. Yeah, Walt wouldn't even be like this if it wasn't for your chicken shit ass. Well, Wazi, you gonna own up to it or what? Hold on a second, Wazi didn't do anything. Whatever, this is just pissing me off even more. Guess we'll have to lay you chumps out first. Ah, now we're talking. Just don't get your face smashed in, Huey. I still gotta do it myself after. What should we do, Lloyd? Let's kill them. This is starting to go beyond boys will be boys territory. Damn, if this keeps up, we won't have any choice but to subdue them. Oh, how utterly depressing. I feel like the music should have changed by now. Such a needless conflict will only link the chains of hatred across your otherwise delightful hearts. Oh, there it goes. To you who choose to scuffle in the streets, I give the timeless gift of song. It is a soothing yet mournful ballad intended to unite the hearts of those ragamuffins who have lost their way. I don't want to say brightly shooting stars, leaving trails in the skies. What tune am I supposed to use? Like a guiding light, they show me the way to your eyes. This yearning passion tears my heart in twain. And the cruel moon mocks my pain. Oh, it's Jingo. He's parking up on his ass. If this fleeting dream shall never be. Shut the hell up, Blondie! Yeah! Oh, hello there, little kitten. Is something the matter? As you can see, I'm in the middle of a delightful performance. Autographs will have to wait until after the show. Moreover, it would be quite dangerous if you kicked me down from this height. Why, there may not be an encore. An encore, I mean. Would you shut the hell up already? Quit your caterwauling and get off of our roof. We're trying to run a business here. Fine, please calm your... I said get down! Ah! Well, at least it's down now. You alive, Blondie? Still breathing? Guess so. Well, that was something. Man, this ain't even fun anymore. Later. What the hell was up with that guy, anyway? Yeah, forget about him. Let's bail. It's like theme of hijinks. They left. All's well that ends well? Well, would you look at that, I've managed to nip the bud of a blossoming fight here in the City of Sin. Another debonair adventure complete. Once again, my mellifluent lute has brought peace by spreading the gentle chords of love and devotion. Sometimes I'm almost frightened by my level of genius. It's a little moonwalk. Okay. Excuse me, but are you alright? That sounded like a hard fall. Worry not, my fair lady. A fall of that height was absolutely nothing to a man who has kissed the dewdrop skies of this very continent. What's wrong with this guy? Do excuse the minor interruption. And now that I've regained my composure, we can continue my grand sonata. Gather round, ladies and gentlemen. Now, where was I? If this fleeting dream... please, you don't have to do that. Hey, Lloyd, could he be... a blonde musician in a white coat? He definitely fits the description. Mueller said he could be a handful, but he's nothing like what I expected. You must be Olivier, am I right? The one and only, my darling. It is I, the unparalleled genius, wandering bard and seeker of love, Olivier Lenheim. Praise be to Ideas, as it is by her grace that you have had the pleasure of witnessing one of my famous impromptu performances. Engrave this day into your hearts, for it has surely been a once-in-a-lifetime experience for you all. Right. Hold on a tick. You knew my name before I introduced myself. How is that possible? I don't believe I've uttered my name once since coming to Crossbow. Have we perhaps met somewhere before? Not exactly. We're with the Crossbow Police, Special Sports Section. We're here to take you home. Put your hands up. We've been looking for you per the request of your agent, Mueller. You know who we're speaking of, right? Ah, I see, so you're the ones. That Mueller, he's just as much of a worrywart as ever. Surely he knows by now that time apart will never dampen the measure of our love. On the contrary, it makes our heart grow both fonder and bolder. Huh? Wait, are you saying the two of you are? Yeah, no, I seriously doubt it. That's beside the point. Can you come with us back to Mueller now? I'm afraid not, officers of the law. I have to make the most of Crossbow while I still can. I'll be quite occupied tomorrow, you see. Occupied? Nothing you need to concern yourself over. You just... Get him! Shoot him, shoot him, Ellie. But do keep in mind that if you claim to be unable to look the other way, I will do everything in my power to give you no say in the matter. Oh, really now? And just how do you plan on doing that? Wait, is that the famous Julia Schwartz standing right over there? Where? What? How could it be? Wait a second, I don't see anyone. Where'd she... Hey! Oldest trick in the book. How? How do we fall for that? Till next time we meet, my new friends. Ta-ta! Wait! He's too fast, we'll never catch him. He got away. We just fell for the oldest trick in the book. Of course, Senior Captain Schwartz would never be in a place like this. I can already tell this dude is going to be a pain in the ass. Reminds me of Lecter. Never mind that, let's chase after him. The only question is, where did he go? Why don't we check the other places we discussed earlier? That's how we stumbled upon him downtown after all. He may be in the back alley or harbor district. Sounds like a plan, let's move. After him! He can't have gotten away. He can't have gone too far, I mean. Wow, that's a lot of people. They must be here for the Mishi event. I believe this is what the theme park staff are doing for the day, seeing as Michelin is closed during the conference. It's a shame Tio isn't here to see this. I think they're about to do a dance number. Why don't we stick around for it? After all, we're already... Wait, is that... I love you, Mishi! Haha, that guy who joined in is pretty good at this. You start seeing less of this in the 3D games because they can't animate characters doing this kind of bullshit. Okay, everyone, all together now. I guess you kind of see it in the fourth one. Let's dance and make a wishy with Mishi. Let's dance and make a wishy with Mishi. He's got the Mishi sparkles. Olivier and Mishi exchanged a firm handshake. Haha, well met and well done, Mishi. To be frank, your dancing prowess is something to be commended. Me-hee-hee, you're not too shabby yourself, fella. Where do you learn to dance? I'm rather fond of ballroom dancing myself. Naturally, my preferred partner would be a beautiful woman, but you are a fine stand-in, my furry companion. Well, I suppose I shouldn't have expected any less from Crossbow's most beloved mascot. Mehehe, ah, stop it, you're making me blush. What in Ideal's name is he doing? Looks like he barged in to take some of the spotlight for himself. Remember when Mueller asked us to prevent him from drawing attention to himself? That's out the window now. It seems like he blended in right in. Uh-oh, I do believe I've been discovered. My apologies, dear Mishi, but I must vacate the premises for now. Oh, that's too bad. Meh, let's dance together at Michelin Wonderland next time. Now that is one wishy I promise to bring to fruition. Parting is such a sweet sorrow, but the bond we have forged today will linger in my heart for eons to come. Adios, my amigo. Bye-bye. Now look at that jump. He cut and ran again. I get the feeling he's used to this sort of thing. On the bright side, this narrows down the number of places he could have escaped to. It's not going to matter either way unless we start chasing after him. Where else did he ever go? Oh, I think I know. I believe I know where he went. He stole a piano. Oh, he's pretty good, isn't he? I don't know if the audio is even audible. I do have the volume kind of low. Well, now there isn't any. Thank you for listening to my serenade. Bravo. You're amazing, mister. What would you say to signing on as our live entertainment for a while? I'd be willing to compensate. You, of course. My, that does sound oh so tempting. I gladly accept your gracious offer. Wait a second. You got things to do, places to be, and this ain't one of them. What's this? Found me already, have you? And now you're going around taking random side jobs? This dude got some screws loose. I urge you to cease this admittedly well-earned flattery. Why, I can feel my cheeks reddening already. No one's flattering you, jackass. We're taking you with us this time. Now, surely you must know when to give up. Life isn't meant to be a constant chase. You have to stop and smell the grand roses too. Sip it slowly like a fine wine. And so, I shall offer a gift to brighten up your weary, dreary hearts. A melody woven with the very essence of love and devotion. Oh, what troubles you, mademoiselle? Make no mistake, while a melancholy sigh may have its charms, a beautiful young woman should never be without happiness in her heart. Let me make something perfectly clear. Mueller requested that we retrieve you, no matter what it takes. He even authorized us to use force. As a matter of fact, he insisted on it. A point taken, I surrender, I promise. I wish Ellie had taken out her gun when she said that. That smile is more terrifying than the things that usually scare her. As disappointing as this is, the time has come for me to sail with the tide. Very well then, would you be so kind as to escort me to Mueller? I mean, it is a beloved... what would you even call him? A beloved returning character, so he needs some time in the spotlight. Just to be safe, I think it'd be a better idea to tell Mueller to come here. As much as I'd hate to put him out of his way, he's probably gonna run away. That's definitely the safest choice. No doubt he'd try to give us the sleep the second we stepped outside. It pains me to see how little you trust it. Sorry, it pains me to see how little trust I instill. You'll live. Anyway, I'll try contacting the station to see if someone can get a hold of Mueller. Good work, everyone. Thanks to all of you, I was able to corral this nuisance before he got too carried away. No problem, glad we could help. Corral? Why, you make me sound like common livestock. And I know for a fact that I'm so much more to you than that. Then again, degradation does have its own special charms, I suppose. If that's what you're into, I'm more than happy to take all the abuse you can master, my dear Mueller. Shut up. I take it back, please don't hurt me. My apologies, everyone. This idiot and I have a bit of a history together. He never learns his lesson, so I always end up having to cut his leash shorter and shorter. Sounds like you're used to dishing out tough love. Love doesn't begin to cover it. There's nothing like having a companion who truly supports you. Then again, who wouldn't want to accompany one such as myself, known for almost as many virtues and good deeds as the goddess of all? Does that count as heresy? I don't think Aidios could get this nerd-world to repent. I'm afraid you're right. But as far as I'm aware, the church sermons are nearly as hard-hitting as mine. No, please, I'll behave myself, Mueller. Please don't encourage his savagery, I beg of you. Something tells me this is their usual friendly banter. We should get going. There's still quite a bit on our agenda. Thank you again for all your help. It's kind of a shame that they didn't voice it, actually, considering who it's about. Don't mention it. All in a day's work. Though, if you don't mind me saying, I wouldn't take my eyes off of him if I were you. I know all too well. and so our revelry reaches its inevitable denouement. I bid you adieu, ladies and gentlemen. May we meet again, fates permitting. Sure. My only regret is never receiving the luxury of frolicking with Mishi at that oft-rumored resort park. Wait just a moment. Your division takes on contract work, yes? Would that mean I could request you to serve as our guides? Ah, me and my strokes of genius. Why, we'll have so much fun that even an incorrigible sourpuss like Mueller would. Mueller? It was just a little joke. Wait, no! No! That was long. That was a lot of dialogue. That was a lot of reading. And there they go. Not every day you meet a duo like them. Though on a second thought, I feel like there's more to those two than meets the eye. It's almost like they have some protagonist power. Not quite there, but almost. Well, you heard him. Face permitting, you might get the chance to ask them yourself sometime. Maybe main party material. Honestly, that might be more trouble than it's worth. That man, he basically threatened Olivier the entire time, but is he? No, it couldn't be. Something wrong, Ellie? You've been pretty quiet. Ellie rubs her shoulder with royalty every other day. Oh, sorry if I tap the microphone. No, it's nothing. Cool, then this one's a wrap. Ready to head off, Lloyd? Yeah, let's go. You dimwit, for once in your life, could you keep your whims in your head where they belong? You know full well what kind of place Crossbow is. It would make my life infinitely easier if you took more consideration for the position you're in. What's this? Sounds like someone's been fretting themselves over little old me. Besides, you know I can't help it. I just had to see all the city had to offer before my duties shackled me. As a result of my little excursion, I feel like I've finally come to understand why they dubbed this place the City of Sin. But that's not all I've caught wind of. A certain someone we know has been shifting his pieces behind the curtain. Is that so? Then at least you managed to get something useful out of all of this. Indeed, and thanks to you, Mueller, I was able to have a little preview of what's to come. Which reminds me, how go the arrangements? I'm only able to romp and frolic about the way I do because I know you can manage just fine without me. I don't know the one to be concerned about, but yes, I've already contacted them. They needed to know that our schedule has been delayed, no thanks to you. Well, in that case, let us make haste. It would be unbecoming of us to keep two lovely ladies waiting. Quest Musician Manhunt has completed. It's probably a meeting with the Princess of Liberal and her captain.